Welcome back to the channel, guys.
Indeed.
Today, Ed is going to do something a little bit different. It is a review of sorts, isn't it, Ed?
Yeah.
Tell them about it, Ed.
Well, yeah, I will be reviewing it, but I've saw a few other YouTubers with this product, and it piqued my curiosity. So I decided to download two plugins from the same company. But the one we'll be dealing with today is the Neural DSP Morgan amp suite. Now, I'm going to download it in a minute. I haven't downloaded these yet, so I've made up my mind these are the two I'm going to get.
You've paid for them, haven't you? Well, you paid for one of them, yeah.
Well, I've got to download them. But I'll be downloading it and installing it, and then we'll be running the review,
Marvellous.
let you guys know. So
Straight out the box,
straight
really.
out the box for me. I haven't had the chance to play with it, nothing. So what you see is what you get.
Absolutely.
And you'll get my honest opinion.
Stay tuned.
Yeah. Well, hi guys. Welcome to today's episode's review section. Today, as I said in the intro, I'm going to be reviewing the Neural DSP Morgan amp suite. Now, I only downloaded it last night and we've installed it today. So we'll be running through this blind, fresh. So you'll be hearing it for the first time from me, my perspective as well. I know nothing about it. I don't even know much about Morgan amps because they're too expensive for me to delve into. So we'll be running through it together, blindly. And, we'll give you our thoughts on it. You can see, what you think yourself. As I say, I've installed it, so I haven't even brought it up yet and brought it. So this will be the first time. So let's get to it. And by the way, guys, I'll show you on screen here. There's a few things that I want to point out with you guys. Sorry for the eyesight deterioration, but it's glasses time as well now. So if you look on the screen here, right, according to a couple of YouTubers that I've saw that do reviews and play, guitar players and that, one of them is John Nathan Cordy, and he brought this up to my attention first. And he got all this information. Both these guys got the information from a guy called, I believe, Ed Sadowski, if I'm pronouncing it right. And it's regarding plugins we've been using wrong. And I mean, I've been using them wrong for years, obviously, not unknowingly, like probably most of you guys have. Because I've run it still thinking in an analog world about the gain staging, how you need to run a nice clean signal up to clipping and then back it off a bit. So you get that most healthy relationship to signal to noise floor. But the plugin that you're running into, they're not expecting those gains. They're expecting much lower gains. So in effect, when we set things up like that, we're actually running too much gain into the front of the plugin, and it's like basically running a drive pedal in front of your amp. A boost pedal. So I normally, like most of us, would set the gain up to, it could be 12 o'clock, 10 o'clock, wherever. I would get it to a peak and then drop back a bit so it's nice and healthy, but it's way too much. So according to the guys, what we have to do, and we'll show you on the screen here now, is whatever your interface is, regarding us, we use a Steinberg AX4 interface. And we're plugged into the input one, which is a multi-connection, XLR, quarter-inch jack, etc. But you have to select the HZ input. So you set your line to HZ, which is basically like a guitar amp input, and the gain control, you turn it fully counterclockwise to 0, and that's plenty gain that the plug-in gets it needs. So your clean amps will sound clean, because there's no drive coming in front of them. So let's show you on the screen here what we've done. As I say, if you look here, channel 1, line 1, we have the the high Z button selected, and I've counterclockwise turned the gain control, so it's fully off, if you like. Fully off. Sorry for you seeing my back at the minute, guys, while I turn to show you the screen. But anyway, so that's what we've done. So in effect now we should be getting a nice healthy signal that the plugin's expecting at that. So that's it. Whatever input you're using, make sure it's selected at high Z, unless it is a dedicated high Z input, and make sure that if there is a preamp there, that the gain is fully counterclockwise to 0. And you should be fine, guys. So that's what we have. So let me just grab this guitar. Today what we'll be doing, we'll be testing it on my 1982 Tokai Strat, which is based on a pre-CBS 1962 Strat, which is pre-court case issue, so it's one of the sought-afters. It's stock in every way, except for I've replaced the pickup assembly and scratch plate, well, fully pre-wired, for bare knuckle mother's milks. Everything else is stock. So this is what we'll have to test it today. Most of it, I'll be running it on the middle pickup, because I really like the middle pickup. I think it's underused on Strats, and I like the middle pickup. So that's what we'll be using. So let's bring this up here, guys. Right. Oh, it defaults up here, as you can see on the screen. We have the Morgan, and he comes defaulted on what their amp model is, an AC20. I do say it's based on an AC30, but it comes up as an AC20 head and a cabinet. That's what I have. And if we look on along the bottom here, we have 3 selections. We can have an AC20, or a PR12, or an SW50R. So I believe that's probably the 3 amp selections that Morgan actually make in the real amp world. That's what I'm assuming. Anyway, so it comes up defaulted on this AC20. So we'll run you a couple of talk, just let you hear it. Well, before we do that, actually, let me talk you through what we have here on the plug-in. So, coming from the top row, the first icon, that's your pre-effects. So, there's 4. The first one is a compressor. Then the next one is a OD1, which is an overdrive distortion type. Then an OD2, which is again a overdrive distortion type, which is probably just a bit more gains and stuff, etc., a bit more flavour. And then the last one is a tremolo pedal. The next icon, if we click on that, always brings you back to your amp and cab configuration, as you can see. The next one along, which is a circle, that's your cab configuration. And I believe that there is only one cab choice. And it looks as if it's Morgan's own single 12. And it comes defaulted mic'd with 2 mics. The one on the left is a dynamic 57, which is self-explanatory, is a Shure 57, SM57. The one on the right is a condenser 414, which again is self-explanatory. It's an AKG 414 based on. And they're both set left and right of slightly off from the cone, sort of more or less mid-cone position on the left and right of the speaker. We have along the top for that, we have the position. We have a position control. We have a distance control. We have a mic level control and a centre, or left and right. They're all centred, and the same for the other. So both speakers got the exact same controls, and they can be set up as you like. But as I say, both of them are set centre at the moment, so we'll leave them at that. You could pan one left and right, or anywhere within the stereo image to your choice, but we'll leave them centred as they come. And they have both have face switches. We go back to the next icon, which is an EQ icon. It's a 9-band EQ. It runs from 66 Hz to 16 kilohertz, but you also have a dedicated high-pass filter and low-pass filter, so you can tame the bottom end and extreme top ends as much as you like and take that out without actually engaging the actual EQ, any of the nine bands in the EQ, if you like. From there, we go to the post effects, and there's only two post effects. There's a tube delay or tube echo, if you like, and a reverb pedal. And basically that's it. We'll go back to the amp icon. What we have along the top, after the effects, etc., we have an input control, which is set at 0 dB at the moment. We have a gate, which is defaulted on this default preset at minus 80 dB. There's a transpose knob, so we can transpose them up and down, if you like, but we're set in the centre here, so we're on basically concert pitch. Your next centre icon here is your selection panel, so you can see it's the first one, the top one is preset, but that's greyed out at the moment because I imagine what you have to do is you have to make your own presets and save them, and then that will eliminate and give you a choice. The next one below that is a Neural DSP, so that's their presets, and as you can see, you got a drop-down menu. There's loads of Neural DSP presets there, and then the final one below that is the artists presets. And again, when you click on that, you get a drop-down and you get a load of artists. I've got to be honest with you, most of them I don't recognise, but I do recognise a couple of guys that have got YouTube channels and great players. First one is Jack Gardner. Great player, does great tutorials, great techniques and stuff like that, great reviews on amps, and a great player, a great YouTube channel, worth watching, Jack Gardner. Another one is Pete Thorne, another great player, again does the same thing, great techniques, reviewing gear, and lots of different things. He has guests on sometimes as well, and I do believe he's in the UK at the moment, touring with, because they've been doing this for years, the Start of Year Classic Rock Show. I believe he's been doing it since 2020, so this will be his 4th year, and I'm assuming he hasn't had any breaks in between. So he's here at the moment anyway, that's that. So we'll get Pete Thorne, and he's got some artist presets, and the one below that is a guy called Rabia Mased. Now, I'm familiar with the name, and I think I've saw a few things that he's been on Anderton's music channel, but I'm not really conversant with the guy. I do apologise for that, but I'm not. So I don't want to lead you down the wrong path thinking that I know all about you, because I don't. But I do recognise the name. And I know that you're a big hair guy, you know, a bit like the Jimi Hendrix Afro Fuzz and things like that. So anyway, that's that. So that's the plug-in. So we're going to now get into some tones, and we'll try and keep it short, just to give you a quick idea. So today, as I say, we're using the Strat, and we'll start off with the first default on this Morgan amp suite. And it comes defaulted here on a AC20, and this is how it sounds with the default settings, guys. Oh. Treble pickup. Right guys, so I'll try another default setting on one of their different amp configurations. We'll go with the PR12, and that comes default, and that sounds like this, again on the middle pickup. Oh, we'll try the last Morgan amp that they have, which is the SW50R. And I've noticed there that the first amp we tried, the AC20, doesn't have its own built-in reverb, But the other two, the PR12 and the SW50R, both have an inbuilt reverb in them. We'll try that in a second. But this is the stock settings for the SW50R. Right guys, so let's try, just to let you hear what the reverb sound like, I'm going to take the delay and the reverb off on this SW50R. And now we'll engage the reverb here, which is off, but we'll take them up a good healthy review. We'll take them to about 2 o'clock just to give you guys an idea of how the inbuilt reverb sounds on the SW50R. Just quite a nice reverb. I'm not sure whether it's based on a spring or a hall or a plate or whatever, but yeah, it's a usable reverb. But like us, if you're like us, most of the time we'll use either the reverb that's on the pedal at the end of the chain, or indeed, where you're doing an amp section, we'll use one of our individual reverbs that we might have, you know, like a Waves reverb or an Abbey Road reverb, whatever you have, you know, you have your Eventides, anything like that. So here we go, guys. I'm going to go back to this default. So when we come off the default, I'm going to just run a couple of presets from Neural DSP, and then I'll run a couple of presets from the artists, i.e. from Jack Gardner, a couple from him, and a couple from Pete Thorne. And that should give you an idea of what the the amp suite is capable of. Well, obviously, these things need to be tweaked to your personal preference, your palette, your tone. So, first one we'll go with Neural DSP. The first one I'd like to try is we'll try the second one down, which is an AC20 mid-gain drive. Now, I've noticed that some of these are a bit hot, so we'll take the input, back him off to about 6.5, 7, so that we don't clip the internal plug-in meter. And again, we're on the middle, pick up on the Strat, and we're on this AC20 mid-gain drive. A little bit of single coil pickup noise. Unfortunately, can't help it, guys, working so close to the electronics here. We're going to try now another one from the Neural DSP inbuilt presets. I'm going to try this cleanish ambient solo. Again, I'll take this input down a touch. There you go, guys, and see how this sounds as it comes defaulted. So that's cleanish ambient solo. I think we'll try a couple more. There's one here called Jazzy Box. So I'm not sure if it is basically supposed to be a jazz tone, but let's have a listen, guys. Again, middle pickup. Yeah, it's got a little bit of hair on it actually for a jazzy tone, but that's what it is. Now I'm going to try the last couple we'll try these two towards the bottom of the preset menu for the Neural DSP. I noticed there's a couple here. There's a US breakup tone and a US lead tone. Now, I'm imagining just what my thought process is. It might be based on like a deluxe twin reverb or Princeton or something like that, some type of Fender amplification, and it's set to on the breakup, and the other one will set probably with a bit more higher gain, or indeed a pedal in front, to give you the lead tone. So I'm going to demo both, but we'll try both of these. So we have oh, take that down again to about 7-ish, there you go. Now, this is the US breakup tone, and he's like this. Again, all middle pickups. Yeah, a little bit of breakup on night. Typical Fenderish tone. Now, finally for the Neural DSP presets, I think we'll try this US lead tone. Back him off a little bit. US lead tone. And what we have is so that's him, guys. Let's now jump across here to the artist presets, and we'll try, as I said, we'll try Jack Gardner. I think we're going to try his first one. I'm going to turn this down again, this gain, because it's annoying me. Right, guys, it's called Double Stop Funk. So I think if we keep that on the middle pick up for Strat, we should get an idea. Very funky. Thank you, Jack. Then we might try let's try his favourite breakup lead. Again, this is Jack. I would imagine this is Jack's favourite breakup lead within this plugin, I would assume. And again, we're in the middle pickup position, and we have this. Yep, a bit of breakup there. Nice Jack Gardner tone again. I think finally for the last one in Jack's arsenal, I think we might try this huge ambient wash. And we'll have a listen to that. Huge ambient wash, middle pickup again, and he sounds like very nice, very lush, very lush. So that's Jack's, well, it's not all Jack's presets, but that's what I'm going to show today. Now, we'll jump from there, and as I say, we'll try a couple of Pete Thorns. So we're on Pete. His first preset is based on the AC20, Morgan AC20 selection. So it's called AC20 Chime and chime and trem. So I think that's probably self-explanatory. Chimey, kind of Vox chimey amp with trem. And let's have a listen to him. Oh, very nice. But then nothing less than you would expect from Pete Thorne. He doesn't do crap, actually. He don't do crap. It's not in his arsenal. So we'll try another one of his presets. We'll go for... I'm going to try this one here, although I'm not really a country player, but this intrigues me. He's got one called Country Slap and Spring. So I'm intrigued to hear what this sounds like on it. Although I'm assuming if it is a country tone, it'd be ideal to do it on the Telecaster, but today we've decided to go with the Strat, so we'll demo it on the Strat. So we're in the middle position again, and we have... Try it on the bridge pickup for the... I expect if we had done it on the Telecaster, you would, on the bridge pickup, you would get that country twang, that bite, yeah. So, yeah, again, great usable tone from Pete. But we're going to go for the last one here. I'm going to take, we'll go with the last in the drop-down menu of Pete's presets. Let me just adjust this thing, just in case. Take it back down to about 6 or 7 dB. Yeah. This is called Wide and Luscious. So let's have a listen to that in the middle pickup as usual. Well guys, just let me put this down a second please. I'm going to take this out a minute so that we don't cause any more noise from the single coil pickups. So basically there you have it guys. That's my take, my review as such as it is. As I said to you, I've only, this my first time walking through it and testing it, so I went in here blindfolded, so you have came on that journey, you have watched the video, hopefully there's a lot of you, I've seen it for the first time as I have. I look forward to tweaking it and using it on recordings that we do, because I think it's a very useful amp, it's a great amp. It's just, to me it's just it's a variation on the Vox AC30, especially the AC20. It's a variation on the AC30s. And of course you've got 3 different Morgan amp models in there, with the PR12 included and the SW50R. So, as I say, that's my review, and I hope you keep in mind what I've said at the beginning of this review about getting your plugins right, because they do sound a lot cleaner and you get what they're supposed to do if you use the high Z setting on your input and you keep the gains down to 0. You won't feed it to it. And I got this information from, as I say, both Nathan Cordy and the guy that did the great review on it was a guy called David Beebe. That's B-E-E-B-E-E. David Beebe, yeah. And he did a great comparison of this suite against his Morgan model and his Fractal against his actual real Morgan. And you can hear what tweaking that gain or setting the gain right, you can hear the difference that it does to what that plug-in gets and expects.
Well, I don't know about you, Ed, but I was impressed.
I think it's a great amp suite, yeah. I mean, obviously, you take a little bit of time. We went through it quickly.
We did.
And everything there is kind of stock factory presets, or indeed a few of the artist presets that are there, just to let me, But, you know, it's one of these things like you would with an ordinary amp. You set it to suit your taste.
We do.
You know, tone-wise and amount of reverb or delays. That's all done to your personal. There's no right and wrong.
No.
There is no right and wrong. But I mean, how it comes out of the box, I was gobsmacked with it.
Absolutely, yeah.
Lovely. I mean, some of the clean tones and even the pedal platform is great on it, you know.
I like your 2 tips as well, Ed, about the how to install it.
Installing it, yeah.
And then not driving it too much with your interface.
Well, again,
great tips, guys.
Well, yeah.
Really.
Well, again, I've been doing it wrong all these years. All the years I've been using plugins because I didn't know.
No.
And it wasn't until there's a couple of YouTubers I saw brought that up, and you know, we've all. I mean, I do say everybody in YouTube land, we've been driving it as we would analog gear, and it's not. It's a digital thing. It's not expecting what we're putting into it.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, carry on liking and subscribing.
Oh yeah, subscription. Absolutely great, mounting up. The views in the videos.
Views in the videos, yeah.
But what we need, guys, is give us some more comments. We had few of the videos have got some comments.
Yeah.
But we need more comments. We want to chat with you guys and give us a thumbs up, the likes as well.
Perhaps if you can insult us or something, you know.
Yeah, just whatever.
Yeah.
But talk to us, you know.
Talk to us, yeah.
You know, give us some comments.
See you next week, guys.
Sayonara, guys.